Welcome. This is Prime News. I'm Mike Alanos. All right, a new urgent alert in the search for 7-year-old Summer Thompson's killer. The first grader, Orange Park, Florida, kidnapped on her walk home from school. So innocent, in her little red jumper, her Hannah Montana book bag, hair in a ponytail. What kind of monster would abduct and kill this cute little girl? Well, just hours ago, police put the entire neighborhood on alert. They believe someone knows something but is not coming forward.
We are asking the public's assistance to identify persons who have exhibited changes in their behavioral patterns, leaving the area unexpectedly for what seems like a very plausible reason, such as going to work or to visit a friend or a relative, missing work or other routine engagements, particularly on the afternoon or night of the incident.
All right, we'll take your calls on this, your comments, your questions, 1-877-TEL-HLN's the number. Joining me now to talk about this, we welcome back Samuel Thompson, Summer's father. Also with us, Pat Brown, criminal profiler. Samuel, let me start with you. I know in having lost family members myself, it's those days after that get difficult. And I want to start on a human level here. You know, yesterday you celebrate little Summer's life. There's people around you. Is today more difficult? Is it, you know, as you really come to realize that she is gone?
Yes. You know, at first you're in shock. And then as time progresses on, you know, it really starts to set in how heavy the loss of Summer is. And, yeah, it gets harder every minute. Especially until we catch this guy.
Samuel, let's talk about that. And are you focusing now on that? Just finding who did this, and what are police telling you at this point?
Well, the police aren't saying a lot right now because, you know, they have to keep all their evidence under wraps right now. You know, whoever's out there, they don't want them to have the information that they know. So right now, you know, I have to just focus on the hopes and prayers that we catch this guy, because if I let myself think of the horrible things that were done to my daughter, you know, I just can't stand it. I miss her so much. You know, I just want my little girl back, and I know it'll never happen. But we're going to get this guy.
Samuel, again, our thoughts and prayers are with you for strength. And being a father myself, I couldn't even imagine what you're going through. So we just pray for your strength, your family's strength at this time. What do you think? From what we're hearing from authorities, it sounds like it's someone in that area. It's someone could be in that neighborhood. Do you believe that?
I certainly believe so. You know, most of the time they say instance like this is someone who knew the family or someone who was close to the family. So I definitely believe there's somebody in that neighborhood who knows something, and they need to come forward.
Let's bring in Pat Brown, our criminal profiler. Pat, you've pretty much said all along, your belief, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that it is someone in that vicinity, right? And that someone in that neighborhood very well could know something.
Absolutely, Mike. Somebody in the neighborhood, because they wouldn't have used a local dumpster if they could have taken her out of town and done something else with her. But here's something I want to kind of change what the police have to say. First of all, somebody doesn't necessarily know anything. It's amazing how many times serial killers will just simply jump out of the woodwork, kill somebody, and disappear. And their wives, their girlfriends, the guy next door says, well, you know, it's a little odd, but I never suspected anything. So somebody may not know anything. But here's what the police should be telling people, along with what they've already said. The guy who did this is a sexual predator. He is a psychopath. He's probably a manipulative guy. He probably lies. He probably is very narcissistic. And he probably has no empathy. If you know a guy like that, regardless of whether you know if he's done anything shady in the days before or surrounding Summer's abduction and murder, you should definitely report that to the police. You may not really recognize it unless you know what psychopaths act like.
Okay, so you're saying, Pat, that somebody could do this and not even, there's no tip-off to anybody close to them. They could just do this and go back to whatever life they were leading.
Absolutely, because they already act squirrely, and people around them expect them to act slightly squirrely. I mean, this is probably not an upstanding citizen, so the fact that he's a little odd or does a few strange things or lies once in a while is something they're used to. So they have to understand that this is the kind of person who would do it. And the other thing the police said is, look for a guy who's changed his appearance after the fact. Well, there's no reason to do that. There's no composite out there. He's got no reason to change his appearance. He doesn't even necessarily have to disappear from the area if he feels like nobody's going to even be looking at him anyway. And every day that goes by, he's laughing, saying, hey, see, nobody's looking my direction.
Let's listen to Sheriff Rick Bessler, who's been on this, talking about, again, their belief that someone knows something in that area. Let's give that a listen.
We have reason to believe that there are individuals who have information pertinent to this investigation who have yet to come forward. Specifically, we are referring to people who may know or associate with the offender in this case. Okay,
there you go again, Pat. So you're not necessarily agreeing with that in the sense that you think somebody knows something. It could be someone who just committed this heinous crime, and that's that.
It could be, although sometimes you'll have a guy who, for example, will borrow your car and then return it to you and say, yeah, I even cleaned it for you. Or he'll say, can you hide this knife for me? There are guys who will do that. So if somebody has come and said those kind of things to you, you know Cousin Ernie is like that and has, kind of been weird. Yeah, you want to turn that information in. But what a lot of people don't know is really, if they've got the right guy, they feel uncomfortable, ratting out somebody that's just a little bit odd to them, and that's one of the difficulties police have in getting information.
Okay, Pat, we always appreciate your insights. We'll continue to follow this, and Samuel Thompson, thank you as well for joining us, and again, our thoughts and prayers are with you at this time. Pray for your strength, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and God bless you and everyone who's helping.
Okay, thank you. Well, hopefully we'll talk soon, as we hope justice will be served very soon. Coming up.